for work trade studies and faculty of social and political sciences, Universitas Gajah Mada. The forum is conducted under the auspices of the WTO CHAIRS program on trade, circular economy and sustainable development, and the second FILAC Forum for East Asia Latin America Corporation SILAC Academic Dialogue Forum. The forum aims at exploring key issues and challenges faced by countries and societies in both regions in the following an inclusive and sustainable development in light of the effort to adapt and mitigate the impact of climate change. A particular dimension of the South and triangular cooperation scheme will be further explored with as both multilateral and interregional developments. At the multilateral level, WTO initiative linking trade and environmental issues with regards in particular to circular economic principles and practices represent effort for concerted global collaboration in achieving SDGs and Paris Agreement's commitment. The FILAC, which focuses on promoting better understanding, political and economic dialogue, and cooperation in various areas designed for effective and fruitful relation and closer cooperation between the two regions, have been a major catalyst for interregional cooperation platform parallel to the SSET scheme. Two main agendas are set during the forum. First, exploring and showcasing best practices of inclusive and sustainable development through a circular economic model. In conjoined of a circular economic expo of 40 participants, interactive talk show engaging educators, community leaders, and environmental climate change activists. Second, series of academic discussion and exchanges on how the idea of an inclusive and sustainable development is to be fulfilled through a sub and triangular collaboration scheme between the two regions. The series are designed under the academic dialogue forum, which are complemented by movie screenings and live intercultural performance representing both regions, including the one performed by our Kacamata Chamber Orchestra. This event series will take place mainly at the campus of Faculty of Social and Political Science, Kacamata University, starting from tomorrow and last for 3 days. And there will be an online closing ceremony on the evening of December 9, 2022. Some of key deliverables of the forum are joint academic statement, policy brief and recommendation, and soft launching of an initiative of Rumah Amerika Latin or Casa America Latin. Universitas Gajah Mada is in full support of ideas and initiatives by its academic community members, including particular in the areas of climate adaptation and mitigation. With 248 study programs and 22 research centers, UGM seeks to explore multidimensional nature and the climate change adaptation and mitigation through inter and transdisciplinary approaches. The collaborative schemes involving various faculties and research centers are necessary to create an academic atmosphere which is inclusive to the engagement and participation of other sectors in the policy making areas, business and industry, and other areas in the community as well. The linkage created and undertaken between academia and its surrounding communities are part of UGM endeavors for knowledge co-production. Areas of climate change, adaptation, and mitigation would be such an endeavor and its most pressing nature. It is especially due to the complex nature of impact that would need an integrated and collaborative work among its relevant parties and stakeholders. The climate change impacts or risk of to human and community health as an example. Health system resilience is currently under persistent pressures due to frequent natural or human-made disasters related to climate change. The ideas of preparedness of health system are the key strategies to adapt and mitigate impact of the climate change. Such preparedness, which is not only applied to health sector, but also to other much wider sectors such as socio-economic, demographic, education and labor, and public works, is a prerequisite of inclusive and sustainable development practices. This forum is therefore an important milestone if we are to familiarize ourselves with collaborative work linking relevant parties and stakeholders in the developing both such as the CELIC region. Both regions consist of countries and societies who are mostly vulnerable to direct and indirect impact of climate change. So it is imperative for government, business and industry, and community leaders in both regions to once again showcase its solidarity and commitment to connect and link to one another as we have gone through in the past 70 years or so. By such a motivation, let me lift once again the spirit of 1955 Bandung Conference, which have united us into a shared and common values for resiliency to develop both inclusively and sustain. Last but not least, let me thank to the co-organizer of this forum, Director of the Center of Portrait Studies, Dr. Riza Nur Arfani, and Dean of the Faculty of Social and Political Science, Dr. Wawan Masudi, along with the organizing team for initiating the forum. I do hope that this will be organized and conducted. I do hope that this will be organized and conducted in a regular basis to be an annual event, for example, making the importance of multi and interdisciplinary approach in our knowledge co-production in the areas of climate change adaptation and mitigation. My appreciation also goes to the program auspices of WTO and Finland, His Excellency Ambassador Torres of Argentina, representing fellow Latin America and the Caribbean countries, partners and sponsors, and for all the resource person and participant of the forum. Good luck all and enjoy the forum. And with this, I officially open the UGM International Forum for Inclusive and Sustainable Development in the CLAC Region 2020. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, nothing can be more reassuring and heartwarming than the affectionate words that has been given by Dr. Supriyadi MSJ. Thank you, Dr. Supriyadi. Now it is my pleasure to introduce you to our next speaker, Mr. Yudi Triantoro. He is the representative of the government of Indonesia Minister of Foreign Affairs, and he is currently the Director of Trade Industry, Commodity and Intellectual Property Rights Directorate General Federal Corporation Affairs. For Mr. Yudi Triantoro, the time is yours.
Vice Minister of Trade of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Dr. Jerry Sambuaga, Rector of Gajah Mada University, represented by the Vice Rector, Venerable Professor Supriyadi, Argentinian Ambassador to Indonesia, His Excellency Ambassador Gustavo Arturo Torres, the Deputy Director General of the WTO, Ambassador Zhang, is joining us virtually. The Dean of Faculty of Social Political Science of the Gajah Mada University, Dr. Bernard Torwahan. The Director of Center of World Trade Study, Gajah Mada University, Dr. Rizal Awal. Distinguished participants, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. First of all, I would like to congratulate Gajah Mada University to organize International Forum for Inclusive and Sustainable Development in the Southeast Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean Sea region. It is really my great honor to deliver opening remarks at this event. The theme of this event is very relevant and timely to the current global economic context. We are living in uneasy global situation. We have to deal with global economic slowdown, where the global growth is predicted to slow to 3.2% in 2022 and 2.7% in 2023. The surge in food and fuel prices, geopolitical uncertainty, and long-term effects of the pandemic. This complex situation requires a deep and comprehensive reflection of the state of global economy. Business as usual is certainly not an option. We must formulate better strategies to recover the global economy. Key dimensions for economic recovery are inclusivity and sustainability. Inclusivity matters because this multidimensional crisis has exacerbated income inequality across and within countries. It is therefore important to pursue policies which save vulnerable groups that hit hardest by the crisis. At the same time, sustainability is a fundamental element to enhance resilience against future shock. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, talking about policy, the government of Indonesia has incorporated inclusivity and sustainability in the post-pandemic recovery plan. Regarding sustainability aspect of the economic recovery, Indonesia progressively develops a circular economy strategy and carries out some strategic policies on low carbon economy. On circular economy, even before the today's economic challenges, the government of Indonesia has issued a number of government regulations on circular economy, such as Presidential Regulation number 97 on management of household waste. Circular economy agenda was also included into the National Development Plan for 2020 to 2024. Indonesia realizes that developing countries, including those in Southeast Asia and Latin America, being the center of global production and being on the way towards driving the global consumption. With that development, it is important to encourage the adoption of circular economy practice in developing countries. However, developing countries often face challenges to implement circular economy policies. including varying degrees of institutional capacity and lack of investment in recycling and reusing used materials and products. Successful implementation depends on enabling factors such as technology, finance, and innovative business models. In that regard, Indonesia believes that the shift toward the circular economy and more sustainable consumption patterns will be successful if there are strong global partnership and collaboration. For that reason, Indonesia is active to mainstream and promote international cooperation on transition to a low carbon economy. During the G20 Leader Summit in Indonesia just last month, the G20 reaffirmed steadfast commitments to tackle climate change by strengthening the implementation of the Paris Agreement. Under the Indonesia presidency, the G20 also adopted the document for Decade of Actions, Bali Energy Transition Roadmap. This roadmap could become a reference for international community for pursuing cooperation on energy transition. It does not only offer a framework for G20 members, but also beyond the members. The roadmap, among others, contains an action plan for LDCs, small island developing states, and isolated communities which have been experiencing a continued dependence on fossil fuel. Distinguished guests and participants, this Gajah Mada University International Forum would strategically present itself as a leading collaborative forum for enhancing cooperation on inclusive and sustainable development. In that regard, allow me to suggest three important issues which need to be raised and constructively discussed in this event. Firstly, how to enhance the participation and contribution of MSMEs in the circular economy. Secondly, the urgency to facilitate greater global cooperation and coordination on common rules and standards for cross-border circular value chains. Third, exploring policy options to mitigate trade-offs which may arise between different sectors and along supply chains as a result of the implementation of circular economy. Furthermore, I believe that this event needs to explore innovative ideas for circular economy. For example, the potential of hydrogen energy to accelerate energy transition. More importantly, this event should come up with global, realistic, and measurable solutions instead of abstract ones. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, I wish this event a great success and could become a momentum for a renewed global partnership, particularly between Southeast Asia and Latin America regions, to strengthen strategies and actions towards a robust, sustainable, and inclusive global government. I would like to underline that it is now more important than for all of us to strengthen multilateralism and work collectively to address the current economic slowdown and other critical global challenges. Building upon our legacy as the G20 president, Indonesia stands ready to enhance cooperation with all potential partners in accelerating sustainable and inclusive development. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yuli Triantoro, for such a delightful opening remarks. Really appreciate you for taking your time to attend this opening ceremony in Balayro UGM to talk on inclusivity and also sustainability as the importance and fundamental base of resilience in the post-pandemic year. Moving on to the next speaker, it is an honor for me to invite His Excellency Ambassador Gustavo Arturo Torres, who is currently the Ambassador of Argentine Republic. To Ambassador Gustavo Arturo Torres, the floor is yours.
Sir, buenos días, Argentinians. Good afternoon, Europe. Good day, everyone. Dear Vice Rector, Universitas Gajah Mada, Professor Subrani. Dear Dean of the Faculty of Social and Political Sciences, Universitas Gajah Maya, Wawan, Masuti. Dear Director of the Center for World Trade Studies, Universitas Gajah Maya, Dr. Risa Merafani. Dear Director of Trade Industry of the Director General of Multilateral Cooperations of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Indonesia, Dr. Antonius Juli Priantoro. Dear Vice Minister of Trade, Republic of Indonesia, Dr. Jerry Sambuaga, and dear Deputy Director General, Ambassador Sen. Dear Professor Ezequiel Ramoneda, Coordinator of the Center for Southeast Asian Studies of Universidad Nacional de La Plata. Dr. Norberto Ponzani, Director of IRI, Universidad Nacional de La Plata. Dr. Martín López Alengón, President of Universidad Nacional de La Plata. Distinguished academic authorities of Argentine Republic. Distinguished participants of the Forum of Inclusive and Sustainable Development in Southeast Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a joy and a great honor for me to be present today in this important academic environment, such as Universitas Gajah Mada in the wonderful Yogyakarta. I would like to express my special thanks for this invitation to participate in the UGM International Forum for Inclusive and Sustainable Development in the Southeast Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean. I also wish everyone the best of success and fruitful exchanges of ideas during this forum. I am convinced of the importance of this kind of event, which helps our countries and regions to get to know each other more deeply, which undoubtedly allows for greater cooperations in all areas. For this reason, I believe it is necessary that this type of event convenes a greater number of universities and houses of higher studies from Indonesia and Argentina, which will allow greater interaction between our countries at the academic level. Ladies and gentlemen, issues related to the environment and sustainable development have been a cause of worldwide concern in recent years. Latin America and Southeast Asia have not been immune to this situation that continues to be present on the international agenda. Undoubtedly, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the 17 Sustainable Development Goals adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in 2015 provide a reference framework to guide the transition towards a greener economy and give new impetus to global strategies. The multidimensionality of this agenda covers a broad spectrum of productive, social, and environmental dimensions that must be considered. The transition to a greener economy implies great changes, adjustments, and opportunities that will affect various aspects of our national economy. This process offers possibilities, but also presents challenges that require the design and implementation of policy agendas that integrate productive, environmental, and social objectives. In the particular case of Argentina, its productive structure, specialized in the exploitation of natural resources, put the country in a situation of particular sensitivity to the effects of climate change and environmental deterioration in general. Vulnerability becomes more relevant due to the preponderant place that agricultural activity has in national economic development and in the production and supply of food on a global scale. Although in recent years, Argentine governments have implemented important policies through specific programs and plans on certain issues, closure of open-air drums through the Gives plan, policies to promote comprehensive waste management with social inclusion, renewable energy production through efficient waste treatment, just to name a few. It's still difficult to have an environmental policy integrated into a work agenda that includes treatment of issues such as climate change, waste, biodiversity, glaciers, forests, and protected areas, among others. An environmental policy conceived in this way implies assuming great challenges and commitments, including new concepts and innovative practices in the functioning of knowledge. In this sense, the contribution of the circular economy, which means associating the environment with the productive system and society in order to make strategic decisions based on participatory schemes for the generation of dialogue and agreements between different agents that present diverse interests, constitutes a new paradigm that tries to solve several of the challenges that lie ahead. In this regard, our political system do not seem to be capable of managing the growing global complexity. It takes time for politics to understand that it no longer has to deal with the problems of the 20th century, but rather with even more serious and profound, such as COVID-19 crisis. The new reality forces us to abandon foreseeable courses of action in order to start operating in highly complex scenarios. In consequence, our political system must face the new challenges by generating an adequate political architecture within the framework of the functioning of democracy. Social dialogue is essential to facilitate and accelerate the implementation of the range of policies that our governments will need to carry out, since it allows establishing a common vision of the problems and their solutions. Dialogue spaces, such as the one that brings us together today at Gadgar Baja, play an instrumental role encouraging the exchange of visions that contribute to solving problems that are not the responsibility of government alone, but of us all. For government decisions to be implemented positively, a change in social consciousness is needed, and what better environment than the academic to promote intelligent, creative, and innovative ways to deal with a crisis of this magnitude. Undoubtedly, the transition toward circular economy that can be the driver of sustainability for Asia and Latin America is conditioned by some factors. I will refer to three of them that seem important to me. First, the transition towards a greener economy will affect employment. Jobs will be created in new emerging sectors, such as renewable energy, where the demand for goods and services is already expanded. Certain jobs will be eliminated without direct substitution. For example, by discouraging the use of certain productive or extractive methods. Some jobs will be replaced as a result of industrial transformation, and most existing jobs will be redefined based on new profile requirements and working methods. This clearly illustrates that the transition to greener economy offers opportunity, but also strong risk for some sectors. That is why associated to the concept of circular economy is the one related to fair and inclusive transition. A transition in the absence of public policies will undoubtedly result in job insecurity. Second, the transition towards a greener economy is also conditioned by the incorporation of technological change into the productive structures of our countries. In Argentina, actions have been implemented in recent years. For example, through the incorporation of renewable energies into the energy matrix and the application of good environmental and social production practices in agriculture and tourism. Most of these initiatives are not tied to a law, but are part of a long-term policies that have received a major boost during a particular administration and have been maintained ever since, such as renewable energy production supported by the Renewable program and the construction of infrastructures, works that contributes to adaptation to climate change. Argentina has also started a positive path, agriculture 4.0. However, 4.0 is based on collection and analysis of data on the field with the aim of improving the quality of crops and reducing the consequences on the environment. This is possible with the use of new technologies such as drones and other robots, sensors, softwares, etc. They are capable to carrying out agricultural tasks in less time than human beings and with better results. Its multiple functions allow the saving of supplies, resources, and time in a really demanding job. Additionally, in a country with agricultural and livestock base such as Argentina, there is a significant volume of biomass that is generated as a residue of the production process. Traditionally, these waste, when not properly treated, constitute a source of pollution and carbon emission. Third, progress towards a fairer transition to greener economy requires numerous changes, many of which are related to the design of regulatory frameworks and implementations of public policies that, as mentioned before, are the result of a broad social dialogue. Ladies and gentlemen, Argentina firmly believes that the current global crisis is also an opportunity to start a path of productive transformation with greater equity, inclusion, and environmental sustainability. Adaptation plans to climate change, as well as the contribution to the Paris Agreement, will also have to be adapted to meet the needs of a stimulus package for the economic recovery of our countries after the COVID-19 pandemic. To conclude, for Argentina, the circular economy as a new socio-economic paradigm that aims to transform the current patterns of production and consumption is a challenge that deserves and requires the support of all levels of government, as well as civil society, companies, and the community as a whole, in terms of creating a sustainable culture for the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, His Excellency Ambassador Gustavo Arturo Torres, for the wonderful speech. Once again, we're very honored to have you joining us here, the opening ceremony for the UGM International Program. Ladies and gentlemen, from Mr. Ambassador Gustavo Arturo Torres, we know that integrating policies to address climate change and also environmental degradation should include both environmental and social objectives. Right, David? Agree, Alan. And continuing next to our agenda, the next keynote speech will be delivered by Professor Ezekiel Ramonede. The Professor Ezekiel Ramonede, you're welcome to give your speech.
Good evening, good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank the authorities of Gajamada University for hosting this, the second high-level dialogue forum between Latin America and the Caribbean in Southeast Asia. Especially Professor Risa and his team of Cipar, Sociedad Humanista para América Latina, for all their hard work and dedication during this year to organize this event. Also, I'd like to thank the support of authorities of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Indonesia, and actually even of Indonesian embassy here in Argentina, as well as the development officials of members of the Latin American countries in Jakarta, member of the PULAC, represented by Ambassador Torres of Argentina. The importance of this forum is important to understand the dynamics of academic cooperation between Latin America and Southeast Asian countries face several challenges that one has to keep in mind in order to promote relations between two regions. These dynamics, first of all, are totally different or so different nature if you compare the dynamic between Latin America and the East Asian countries such as China, South Korea, and Japan. Of course, we have significant wisdom and cultural diversity. But also we have found results of provocation and even the innovation policy pursued by higher education institutions for local issues. Another issue is that what are the challenges of a cooperation between scholars, academia, governmental officials, usually known as track 1, track 2, or the government depending on theory of international relations you want to choose. There are few Latin American countries that engage in academic cooperation in several Southeast Asian countries through Trans-Pacific contributional mechanisms. But this is not the case of the other several Latin American countries. Of course, this mechanism reflects different fundamentals of the regional processes and how they crystallize. These are some of the challenges we actually deal in order to promote economic relations between Latin America and Southeast Asia. Cultural diversity, geographical distances, and farm location, our cooperation with different countries. These are one of the few that we want to face, we want to address by means of this forum. Which are measures, how we can do it. And of course, here example of this, one of the main ideas is that forum organized by Jakarta University want to express the importance of the new technologies, the importance of the documentation. I think that we don't want to replace the traditional means of academic cooperation. We actually want to promote them by means of complement them with these new technologies. Because it will facilitate not only the dialogue between scholars from both countries and both regions, but actually allowed us to pursue joint activities such as joint seminars, joint researches and joint publications, and eventually joint courses as part of the syllabus of different curriculums of the university, the courses of the bachelor's offer, postgraduate studies of the different universities of both regions. And we want to actually stress, we want to assist the internationalization policies of our universities. Also, and this is one of the biggest, I will actually began this presentation thanking the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Indonesia as well as the embassies and the Latin American of the Gulag. We want to engage more proactively the relations with the embassies because we do believe academia, scholars, the universities are part of the relations that mean not only to pursue mobility, but we can provide a lot of information, a lot of analysis that can assist you, help you to understand the difference between our two regions and between the countries of our world regions. So we need to enhance this cooperation between the public sector as also the academia in order to improve the relation between both regions. These are one of the aims, one of the few aims this forum wants to be. Uh, why this is important in this case as Gajah University and Indonesia. I mean, it's not a random, it was not a random decision. And for you to know, actually, when Professor Risa, on behalf of Gajah University, proposed themselves in of this second forum, this was announced last year that actually in 2021, Argentina and Indonesia celebrate their 65th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations with both countries. So a bilateral relation had a new meaning, becoming a bridge between the two regions. Also this year, it's a very important year, Indonesia was just the 20. But we shouldn't forget that next year, and it's something we usually forget here in Latin America, not actually because we don't care, because actually we don't know. We don't know the dynamics. Those are the political and geopolitical, geoeconomic dynamics, the regional multilateral architecture in East Asia, especially Southeast Asia. The next year, Indonesia will be the chair of ASEAN, and ASEAN plus development mechanisms based on ASEAN centrality. So it is important to keep this in mind because through the experience of Indonesia, we can learn a lot here in Latin America, in this specific case, how to deal, how to engage in several forums, in several mechanisms which are different partners in a very short time. How to complement these different mechanisms. And this is important if you want to keep in mind how to consider accent centrality as well importance of the role of Startup in Latin America or the relationship between ASEAN, ASEAN and Pacific Americans. Startup not only as a bilateral relation promoting trade and investment, but also as part of the bridge to bring closer the two regions. And of course, academic cooperation is a key part of that. Even though authority for the foreign affairs, member of the University of Gulag in Jakarta, and my fellow peers, academic scholars, students, I want to encourage you to keep on promoting, developing, encouraging relations, even studies, also this is important. But if one was there to promote relation, become pillars of the relation between the countries and the origin of these two regions, promoting academic cooperation, promoting exchange, promoting service, promoting job application. We have an obligation, it's one of the thing, the rivalry between the religion and the culture as part of representative profile. Thank you very much. I hope you can see and enjoy the complete event of the second mayor forum to Latin American Caribbean and South Asia. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Ezekiel Ramoneda, for such a wonderful speech. Once again, we're very honored to have him joining us here at the opening ceremony of the UGM International Forum. And now we would like to again express our gratitude for the wonderful partners that helped us to make this event come true. Our deepest gratitude for Koma UGM, PPI Thailand Universidad, International Politics Forum, PPI Cuba, 180 Degrees UGM, BMKM FT UGM, BMKM TK UGM, Environment Geography Student Association, and last but not least, Taras Politik. Now, without realizing it, it is time for us to invite Dr. Wawan Masuki, SIP, MPA, PhD, and Dr. Izayanur Arwani to officially open the UGM International Forum for Inclusive and Sustainable Development for Southeast Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean region. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Wawan and Mr.
Thank you very much. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, everyone. Yang kami hormati Bapak Vice Rector, on behalf of the Rector, Professor Supriyadi, Honorable Ambassador Antoles, Ambassador Zan, and also Professor Ezequiel, yang kami hormati Bapak Wan Masya, Bapak Jerry, Sambuaga, Komponen Will Ryzen, ya. Dan also yang kami hormati Bapak Direktur TPKKI Kemenlu, Bapak Yudi Priantoro, who joined with us on behalf of Ibu Menteri. I just sent you the picture to Ibu Menlu, and she is so happy to see you here, Pak Yudi. And Menlu was his year. She is now invited for chairing some international forum. Distinguished guests, Bapak Saudara sekalian. For sure, we would like to once again welcome you and thank you all for your upcoming participation in the forum. Indeed, we look forward for having you in a series of events in the second Select academic dialogue, which will be started online tomorrow evening and its subsequent offline and online movie screening and intercultural performance at Selasar Barat Physical UGM. Not far away from here, just 100 meters from this building for tomorrow. As mentioned earlier, the first movie let's see ATF was successfully organized by Professor Ezequiel and his colleagues at the Universidad Nacional de La Plata, Buenos Aires, Argentina. It is our great pleasure and honor to be the host for the second select EGF here at Universitas Gadjah Mada, UGM. Members of Sociedad Indonesia para Amerika Latina or CIPAL, a student and community organization dedicated to the study and socio-cultural exchange of Latin America at UGM. They are the core organizing team of the event. Big applause for the CIPAL for this event. Ladies and gentlemen, as encouraged by Bapak Vice Rector, Professor Supriyadi, we are keen to make the forum as an integrated part of CIPAL activities. It applies also to the next event that will be organized by our Uruguayan college next year and beyond, while aspiring the initiation of a virtual hub, Rumah Amerika Latin or Casa Amerika Latina at UGM these years. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mas. I was telling Excellency that he's too young to be a DG. He is, in fact, my junior, but now he has told me that he is my best friend, my best collaborator to make this event happen. So thank you very much, Mas Wawan, and also colleagues at the Faculty of Social and Political Sciences. I just want to add some remarks on behalf of the Center for World Trade Studies, in which I think in the past 3 years, we have been focusing research activities, academic curriculum development, and also outreach activities on the topic of circular economy. So we have been going through so much on this topic, and we have been having so many insights in the past 3 years. And I would like all of you to attend to visit some of a series of events that will be in the campus of Faculty of Social and Political Sciences under the Circular Economy Forum. We have a Circular Economy Expo, which will be attended by 40 plus SMEs around Jogja, Central Java, Jakarta, West Java, and even in Bali. I mean, Wamen, welcome. Welcome to Jogja, Pak Jerry. Terima kasih sekali Pak Ferry Sambuaga untuk kehadirannya. Saya lanjutkan sedikit lagi sebelum nanti kita mendengarkan paparan dari Pak Jerry yang datang khusus untuk acara ini jauh dari Surabaya, connect ke Jakarta, connect lagi ke Jogja. Terima kasih sekali. Thank you very much. Thanks to Pak Tikman. Thank you very much. So I would like once again to look forward to having you in our series of activities in the upcoming 3 days, the expo, the interactive talkshows, but also movie screenings on Southeast Asia and Latin American topic. So I'll welcome you all in the Faculty of Social and Political Science beginning tomorrow. And now I would like to sort of like share and probably announce that during those 3 years activities under the WOTS program, we have come up with two key deliverables. Number one is on the publications of a book authored by various academia, but also practitioners of circular economy, ranging from the sectors of health, public health, blue economy, waste materials, to bettering sectors, to agribusiness. So we proudly present the publications of the book this year. And secondly, on the establishment of the so-called Indonesian Consortium for Circular Economy, ICCE, or in Bahasa Indonesia, Consortium Ekonomi Circular Indonesia. The members are all here now. They will be showcasing their products, their services, their ideas tomorrow at the expo. So again, look forward to having you in the expo along with the members of ICCD. And now let us present a quick teaser on the consortium. So please welcome the establishments of Indonesian Consortium for Circular Economy. Thank you. And look forward to seeing you next in the next activities beginning tomorrow up to December 9th at the Faculty of Social and Political Sciences again. So, thank you very much.
Wow, what a spectacular night to remember, Yamilinda. We would like to say thank you to Mr. Wawan Masudi and also Mr. Rizal Rafani for opening our event that also marks the beginning of our 4 days journey that will be filled with numerous discussions and other intriguing activities. Certainly, Ali, thus we encourage all the participants to attend and give your best contribution throughout this amazing opportunity carried out by UGM International Forum. We would like to also to extend our welcome to Dr. Jerry Sabuaga as the Deputy Minister of Trade of the Republic of Indonesia, attending on behalf of Minister of Trade of the Republic of Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, now we will have a 15 minutes break until 8 past 45. You are invited to taste our amazing dishes that have been specially prepared just for the opening ceremony of UGM International Forum tonight. Certainly, Ali, we have a lot of interesting Indonesian dishes that are very worth to try. So to all of our guests, please enjoy the dishes. Ladies and gentlemen, while enjoying our amazing dishes, we'll also have another keynote speech from our amazing speaker as well. Are you doing that? Certainly, Ali. It is an honor for us to invite Dr. Jenny Sambuaga, who is currently the Deputy Minister of Trade of the Republic of Indonesia. To Dr. Jenny Sambuaga, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Shalom. Om Swastiastu. Nama budaya, salam kebajikan, salam sehat, dan salam semangat buat kita semua. A very good afternoon to all of us. Yang saya hormati, Bapak Wakil Rektor, Wakil Rektor, Pak Profesor Supriyadi, beserta dengan jajaran Bapak Dekan Psikologi Pak Wawan, dan juga tentunya Pak Riza yang sudah berkomunikasi dengan kami. Yang saya hormati juga Pak Yudi, direktur kita. Dulu sebelumnya sempat itu enak Pak Riza. Sekarang balik lagi ke Bulu dan bersama-sama juga ngurusi isu internasional. Yang saya hormati Ambassador from Argentina, Excellency, other ambassadors from some countries, from our strategic countries, partners, and our friendly countries. Thank you, Pak Riza, for having me here. First of all, I have to apologize because got here quite late because of the flight, the delay. I had to wait for 1 hour in Jakarta. And then there was no other flights available at the time, Excellency. So I need to had to find the most available flight and the flight was Transnusa by and Lisa. Transnusa itu one of the new flights and I find it very amusing. It's actually quite good the flight. So thank God I arrived here in Jakarta to attend this very important event. Yeah, very good. I heard this event can bring a lot of fruitful outcomes and was definitely a lot of inputs and maybe policy recommendations for all of us, particularly for the government. So let me convey some of the probably important points I would like to share with you today. I've been briefed by my officials that the topic would be something related to sustainable development, something related to circular economy, green economy, clean energy, and probably some of the matters that related to the one that we already had at G20 summit. As you know, that we successfully held the G20 summit in Bali, and definitely the team at the time is recover together, recover stronger, with emphasizing on collaboration, emphasizing on cooperation, emphasizing on collectivity. And thank God, I really believe that a lot of leaders they very very appreciate what we've done in G20 Bali. After the G20 Bali, Pak Riza, Pak Direktur dan Pak Dekan, I came to Bangkok with Pak Presiden ya, for APEC meeting. And you know what happened, Pak? All leaders in Bangkok, in APEC, they really, really appreciate what we've done in G20. And you know what? After the meeting, Pak Dekan, all the outcomes and let's say all of the chapters that are submitted by the G20 leaders in Bali will also recognized by the APEC leaders in Bangkok. It's very good achievement for all of us. Uh, so again, not only speaking of government, but also from academics, from campus students, and so on, who are actually contributing to the successful meeting in G20. So I would like to start by giving probably a little bit of explanation on how Ministry of Trade is doing right now with regards to strengthening trade relations, focusing on non-traditional market, which is Latin America, Excellency, and also opening and widening and also accelerating trade agreements all over the world. Up until now, Bapak Ibu sekalian, we have successfully finished or completed 26 trade agreements in the whole world. And they represent 5 continents, not only from America, but also from Europe, Asia, Australia, and Africa. Okay? And frankly speaking, we just expanded our scope within Latin America, Excellency. Just a couple of weeks ago, Indonesia and Chile, we just successfully completed the SEPA Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. It was signed in 2017, but it was being implemented in 2019 and with a specific scope of services. It was implemented just a couple of weeks ago in 2022, last month. It's really showing, it's really sending a very positive signal to our partners, to our stakeholders, and of course to our strategic partners within the Latin American continent. And we can also see that the SEPA that we made with Chile can also serve as a good example of how we can expand to your country probably, Argentina, Brazil, all countries in Latin America, and we are optimistic, quite certain that trade relations can bring a lot of benefits for all of us. I'm giving you one example. In Chile, SEPA, Comprehensive Economic Agreement, Pak Rizal, we just found one of the good benefits which was emphasizing on the products and goods and services that can come to Chile without additional cost. So close to 6,700 products. They can enter Chile, Indonesian products, freely without additional cost or fees. So basically, it's one of the benefits that we are focusing on how trade and goods could be generated and could be utilized. So therefore, we really think that this moment, this seminar, and of course, we gather here together can also motivate other stakeholders, not only from the private sectors, not only from the government, but also people contact the context and also students, and particularly academic people. So I think it's very, very strategic for all of us to be here, and we successfully witness the good things coming out of the trade agreements. And also, Excellencies, Pak Direktur, Pak Deka, dan Pak Rizal, we also know and we also notice that interdependence is emerging. We cannot live by ourselves. We have somehow friends and strategic partnerships all over the world that have to sustain and raise us together. And we have to realize that collaboration is the key. Why is it the key? Because again, collectivity serves as the answer. Particularly, one good example would be one of the things that we've been facing for the past 2 years, the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic. You know, the amount of vaccines that we receive, the amount of vaccines that some countries are selling or giving to other countries was somehow not really based on fair representation. This is something that we have to address. This is something that we have to highlight. Somehow, the proportion of receiving vaccines relating to the health sector, sometimes they could be biased. So therefore, it is our duty, it is our mission to express these concerns to the international community. And that's why in the Bali summit just a couple of weeks ago, it was conveyed really well. And you know what happened? One of the results would be to have a very specific support and assistance for the pandemic fund. Close to 1.6 billion US dollars are being allocated. So that probably, perhaps, maybe in the future, we're having again, maybe next pandemic, the world is ready because of the connectivity that we build upon consensus and upon collaboration. It's something that is concrete, something that is real, something that is being implemented nowadays. And thanks to Indonesia and all the team for successfully convincing other developed countries to be conserving this kind of matter. And also, Excellency, we are relying on the balance. The balance must be preserved well. The proportion and the perspective and the interest of developing countries must be preserved well. Because somehow, if we're talking about clean energy, if we're talking about green environment, yeah, I'm saying this why because I had the honor, I had the experience to become one of the head of delegation, but also with IOP from Kemendak at the time. Back then in 2020, yeah, we were pursuing our interest in WTO. At the time, our CPO, crude palm oil, sawit, yeah, was being treated discriminatively by the European Union. At the time, myself with Pak Mahendra Siregar, now in OJK, at the time Vice Minister for World Affairs, we came to WTO. We expressed our disagreements. And we told them that this kind of practice is not fair. Why? Because Indonesia as a sovereign nation, Indonesia as a sovereign country, has the right to use our right, to exercise our right over this kind of dispute settlement or this kind of disagreements within the WTO forum. And you know what happened? It's not about environment. It's not about green environment. It's about competition. It's about competition. So they are saying, oh, you should preserve your forests. You should preserve your land, or whatever you want to call it. I asked one of the countries in European Union, Excellency. I cannot mention the name of the country. I asked that country, that very country, you're not being fair. Why? Because you are not preserving your land good enough compared to our country. That very country only preserving less than 20% of the land. In Indonesia, at the same time, we are preserving more than 50%, 51% to be exact. So who are they telling us what to do over our great environmental policy? This is how we should conduct our observation and our position. If you're talking about carbon credit, I think all of us here know, particularly the students know, who is calculating, who is giving certification, who is giving the result on how to calculate what space into a commercial prices. Only one institution, and we know who that organization is. And apparently speaking, unfortunately speaking, that organization does not have the credibility to even, let's say, compared to our country. Why? Because our country has more spacious land and more forests to be preserved. This is the issue that we must address. So, thank you so much, Pak Riza, Pak Dekan, Pak Wakil Rektor, Excellency, Pak Yudi, and of course, students, definitely, all the participants. Before becoming Vice Minister, I was member of parliament, Pak Riza. So that's why this is my weakness. If I hold the microphone, I cannot stop. Yeah. And before becoming anggota DPR RI, I was also lecturer. I did my undergrad, my master, and my PhD in political science. Sama fisip juga, tapi dari kampus yang beda. So that's why this kind of perspective, yeah, I think must be balanced not only within the technical requirements, but also from the social and political aspects. Yeah. And I'm happy to be here. Yeah. It's actually very interesting, yeah, to be in this forum organized by UGM Paul, because yeah, once a student of political science, yeah, it's always be a student of political science. Yeah. You cannot take political science out of the person. Yeah, it's actually true. And so yeah, I think those are the things that I would like to share with you tonight. I can thank UGM, Universitas Gajah Mada, Pak Wakil Rektor Merdeka, dan Pak Riza yang sudah memberikan kesempatan. Dan mungkin sebagai penutup izin, karena saya dari Kementerian Perdagangan, because I'm a Vice Minister of Trade, so I have to say this. Our trade performance has been good. Has been good. It's also my report, my updates to all of you. Based on the latest data that we received in October 2022. Now it's December already. But based on the latest information that we received from BPS is Badan Pusat Statistik. It's a valid, credible institution. They are giving tremendous facts. Indonesia achieved a surplus trade balance, meaning our export is higher than our import, and the number of director is very significant. I have to say this, ada Pak Yudi juga di sini. It has reached 45.52 billion US dollar, and it is the highest in our history. It is the highest. 45.52 billion US dollar, and consecutively 30 months always surplus. Right? Sesuai dengan arahan Bapak Presiden Pak Jokowi Widodo, who instructed us to achieve a surplus balance, and thank God we achieved that. Of course, it's not only the work of Minister of Trade, all of us. So I would like to say, mumpung ada di kampus, Kalau ada yang bilang impor kita lebih besar, tidak betul. Saya bicara data di sini. I'm talking about numbers, I'm talking about facts. I'm not talking about feelings. Feelings can be anything. Tapi we're talking about facts and numbers, showing that 45.52 billion US dollar, the highest in our history. Something, this is something that we must socialize, give public literacy to the people, so that there will be no hoax, and hoax. Something that we must do, something that we must sustain. So again, thank you so much, kampus UGM, yang sudah memberikan kesempatan for giving me this opportunity. And I'm really happy to be here, Pak. Yeah. This is an intellectual exercise for me also. Yeah. Yeah, because I miss this kind of moment when I was a lecturer, yeah, giving courses on political science or international relations, comparative politics, and so on. Something that is becoming my passion for so many years. Yeah, but because my duty as vice president now, I have to also discuss and talk about trade. So thank you so much, uh, Pak Wakil Rektor, Pak Dekan, and Mbak Linda, and semuanya, Pak Yudi, excellencies. I hope we can have more discussions, more exchanges, more insights. Yeah. And I hope to receive the invitation again in the future, probably from campus, so that probably we can have another session, yeah, focusing on something that is very specific relating trade or international relations. Terima kasih banyak sekali lagi. Kiranya Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa memberkati kita semua. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we want to express our gratitude to Dr. Jerry Sanbuaga for his insightful introductory comments, mainly on the Paris Agreement, the COP26, etc., and also talking a lot about the Minister of Trade of the Republic of Indonesia. And your thoughts and professional experience are really valuable to us here.
Moving on to our next agenda, it is a great pleasure to announce the next speaker. And our next speaker is the Ambassador Xiao Johnson, and he is currently the Deputy Director General of WTO. So to Mr. Xiao Johnson, the stage is yours.
Really, for you, that it's in we love to connect. Yes, it's about to. Thank you. Thank you for the leaders.
representatives of various organizations, and guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all to deliver a few opening remarks at the International Forum for Inclusive and Sustainable Development in the Southeast Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean region organized by the UGM, which holds WCD chair in Indonesia. Firstly, as the DDG responsible for the WTO Chairs program, the WTO's academic outreach and technical assistance, let me take the opportunity to sincerely thank Dr. Rida Nuwa Afadi, our Indonesia chairholder of the WTO Chairs program, and his team for the important work done on the circular economy concept and sustainable development. The WTO Chairs program aims to support and promote trade-related academic activities carried out by universities and research institutions in developing and least developed countries. Launched in 2009, the WTO Chairs program currently consists of 36 chairs around the globe, 17 of which represent the latest phase of the program. The WTO Chairs program has contributed to the achievement of WTO's mandate relating to technical assistance. In particular, we value very much the applied research to support policy makers in their trade policy formulation. The COVID pandemic, along with the current food security and energy crisis, have created unprecedented challenges, but provided us with unique opportunities to rethink current economic models, to design coordinated action, and to develop a strategy to build a more resilient and greener low carbon emission economic recovery. The most recent COP session in Shanghai remains as of the imperative for the survival of human civilization. From the perspective, the circular economy approach opens up the way for green recovery and sustainable development that reduce the generation of waste and the depletion of the dwindling natural resources. It not only addresses the negative impact of the traditional linear economic model, which explores resources, manufacture them into products, and dispose of waste. More importantly, it envisages a shift in paradigm based on representative and regenerative economic design, where resources are reused, remanufactured, and recycled. This generates economic resilience, generates business and trade opportunities, and provide environmental development and social benefits. As evidenced by the research of my scientists, the circular economy creates new opportunities through saving resources, improved human health, and sustainable environmental outcome, but also for trade and economic diversification in developing countries. Members have started putting in place economic policies and measures promoting the circular economy, and they are trying to do so without creating incidental obstacles to trade. Therefore, it becomes increasingly important to ensure that trade policies are designed and implemented with the goals of circular economy in mind. Not doing so would be a missed opportunity, given the unique role of trade to scale up circular economy solutions and sustainable development worldwide. At the WTO, members have considered circular economy related issues through policy dialogues like this, one between academia and policymakers, organized and the auspicious of the Chairs program, but also through areas negotiated at the Committee on Trade and Environment. The Equal Trade Initiative also has significantly contributed to include such issues in supporting efforts in developing countries to seize the potential environmental, economic, and social benefits of a circular economy through enhanced trade. As an illustration, up to members are engaging in informal dialogue on plastic pollution and the environmentally sustainable plastic trade (IDP) to discuss how the organization can contribute to strengthening policy coherence and exploring collective approach among the membership. Technical assistance and capacity building being an important contribution in supporting global effort to reduce plastic waste and move toward a circular plastic economy. These problems areas cannot be solved at a national level. They require concerted actions on a global scale. This is why I welcome the representatives from Asia region, but also from Latin America and the Caribbean are present in this important conference. I wish you engage discussions and call upon you to develop concrete policy suggestions for policymakers and other stakeholders participating in the inclusive conference, featuring wide-ranging sessions throughout the country. Let me conclude by saying that it is crucial to improve our collective understanding of how trade flows, policies, and regulations interact with the new approach to circular economy. We need to build trust and the confidence to engage in mutually beneficial activities in key areas of the circular economy. I welcome this international forum on inclusive and sustainable development in Southeast Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean region that looks in a very practical way at the new front in multi-faceted areas. In all these ways, the research projects support influence in developing countries to seize the potential environmental, economic, and the social benefits of a circular economy through enhanced trade. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on all these issues and the possible ways forward that ideally could be published as an output of the important initiative and in order to build a stronger global economy, which will not only cope with the current crisis, but will also be greener and more inclusive, leaving no one behind. Trade is a driver of inclusiveness, and addressing trade as a way to promote circular economy is also a strategic opportunity. Thank you for your attention. I wish you all and this forum much success and fruitful further work.
We would like to say thank you to Ambassador Xiang Shenchan for giving a wonderful remarks to open and be part of the UGM International Forum of Sea Life Region 2022.
Now we'll also gonna spread a video that marks the launching of Indonesia Consortium for Circular Economy or ICC. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the video presented by the ICC.
Lebih dari 30 juta ton, tetapi baru sekitar 16 miliar ketelola di UMM. Khususnya, diperkirakan juga menjumlah lebih dari 2 juta ton Indonesia pada tahun 2020. Sebagai suatu bentuk kedekaan, ekonomi sirkular mampu menawarkan solusi holistik untuk permasalahan sampah tersebut, serta memiliki prospek ekonomi yang menjanjikan. Ekonomi sirkular mampu memberikan tambahan bagi PDB Indonesia di tahun 2030 hingga 635 triliun. Ya, menyadari potensi ekonomi sirkular dan kondisi persampahan air dan kita, konsorsium ekonomi sirkular Indonesia (KONSI) hendak menjadi aktor yang aktif hidupi sistem tersebut. Berawal dari Jakarta, KONSI kian merambah ke komunitas lainnya di banyak daerah di Indonesia untuk menggerakkan dan mengeksploitasi pengetahuan serta praktik ekonomi sirkular. Saat ini KONSI digerakkan oleh lebih dari 15 komunitas dan beragam lain. Komunitas-komunitas tersebut saling bersinergi dan mengaplikasikan tangan bersama, yakni kebudayaan dan pariwisata, pangan dan kerja, serta teknologi inovasi terbaru. Ekonomi sirkular adalah aksi masa kini dan visi masa depan bagi bumi dan manusia. KONSI berupaya berkontribusi untuk mewujudkan pembangunan berkelanjutan secara konkret dan partisipatif untuk Indonesia sirkular.
Now that we have listened and screened the video of ICCE, please take a moment to enjoy a grand orchestra performance presented by Gajah Mada Chamber Orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for Gajah Mada Chamber Orchestra.
Le mineral beda banget. Lebih smooth, lebih segar.
Le mineral memang berbeda, mengandung mineral esensial, dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Bikin badan lebih enteng.
Le mineral. Aku pikir semua air mineral itu sama. Le mineral itu beda, lebih fresh dari yang lain.
Le mineral memang berbeda, mengandung mineral esensial, dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Segernya. Le mineral. Dulu aku pikir semua air mineral itu sama. Ternyata ya le mineral itu beda.
Di luar panas banget. Habis minum le mineral, rasanya smooth banget.
Nggak enet?
Iya, kayak aroma manisnya.
Le mineral memang berbeda. Sumber airnya mengandung mineral esensial. Dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Wow, such an impressive performance, right, Belinda? Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe that we're able to hear the composed version of Quizas, Quizas, Quizas. We hope that the performance by Gajah Mada Chamber Orchestra can be a reminder for all of us to always respect and aware and also appreciating of cultural diversity.
On to our next agenda, we would like to invite again Dr. Supriyadi MSc as the Vice Dean of Human Resource and Finance of Universitas Gadjah Mada, Dr. Wawan Masudi as the Dean of Faculty of Social and Political Science Universitas Gadjah Mada, and Dr. Riza Nur Arfani to give placard to our honorable guests.
We'll also like to invite the ambassador of the Argentine Republic to the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Gustavo Arturo Torres, Dr. Jerry Sambuaga as the Deputy Minister of Trade of the Republic of Indonesia, and also Mr. Yudi Triantono as the Director of Trade, Industry, Commodity, and Intellectual Property Right, Director General of Multilateral Cooperation Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. First of all, we would like to invite Dr. Supriyadi to give the placard to Ambassador Gustavo Arturo Torres. Once again, we would like to express our gratitude to the Ambassador of the Argentine Republic to the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Gustavo Arturo Torres. Thank you, Ambassador Torres. Next up, we would like to invite Dr. Wawan Masri as the Dean of the Faculty of Social and Political Science, Universitas Gadjah Mada, to hand over the placard to Dr. Jerry Sambuaga, Deputy Minister of Trade of the Republic of Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for Dr. Jerry Sambuaga. And last but not least, we would like to invite Dr. Riza Nur Arfani as the Director of the Center for World Trade Studies Universitas Gadjah Mada to deliver the placard to Mr. Yudi Triantoro, Director of Trade, Industry, Commodity, and Intellectual Property Right, Director General of Multilateral Cooperation Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Once again, we would like to say thank you to all of our keynote speakers that have been attending and joining us today in Malero Universitas Gadjah Mada.
Now, I would also like to invite our honorable guests to have a photo session together, along with all the participants of today's UGM International Forum.
Excellencies and honorable guests, we invite all of you to take a photo session with our keynote speakers today at Balai Universitas Gadjah Mada for the opening ceremony of UGM International Forum. Once again, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite all of you to take a photo session with our notable keynote speakers today.
Satu, dua, tiga. Satu, dua, tiga. Satu, dua, tiga. Bebas, Pak. Silakan.
Dari Jal, pasti tengah lagi Jal. Tengah bagiannya ada di sifat gitu.
Once again, we would like to say thank you so much to Dr. Supriyadi MSc as the Vice Rector of Human Resource Finance of Universitas Gadjah Mada. We also like to say thank you very much to Dr. Wawan Masmiri as the Dean of the Faculty of Social and Political Science, Universitas Gadjah Mada. Dr. Iza Nurarfani as the Director of the Center for World Trade Studies, Universitas Gadjah Mada, and WCP Shareholder Indonesia, along with our honorable guest, the Ambassador of the Argentine Republic Indonesia, His Excellency Ambassador Gustavo Arturo Torres. Dr. Jerry Sambuaga as the Deputy Minister of Trade of the Republic Indonesia, attending on behalf of the Minister of Trade Republic Indonesia. And last but not least, Mr. Yudi Triantoro as Director of Trade, Industry, Commodity and Intellectual Property Rights, Directorate General of Multilateral Cooperation Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, attending on behalf of Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia.
Excellencies, we would like to invite you to take your seats before we continue to another agenda for today.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it is time again to give the stage to the Gadjah Mada Chamber Orchestra. Gadjah Mada Chamber Orchestra will play Manuk Dada, the traditional folk song, which is composed by Sambas Margutika, created on the 1962, which is a modern scenery song. Alright, without further ado, please welcome Gadjah Mada Chamber Orchestra.
Mungkin nggak bisa. Karena mau kerasa jadinya.
Dari dulu di Kontestan. Kalau ini aku cepet ngarep. Ya, kalau ini cepet ngarep. Aduh, enggak sih, enggak ngarep. Cepet ya, ya. Oh hebat. Suara jadi ada nggak mic ini? Tes tes. Ada suara itu masuk kalau kita ngomong. Tapi kalau mereka lagi gitu, enggak mesti. Iya. Udah, baper lagi. Langsung divisi. Divisinya divisi siapa? Yang Le Mineral. Oke.
Le Mineral beda banget. Lebih smooth, lebih segar.
Le Mineral memang berbeda, mengandung mineral esensial, dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Bikin badan lebih enteng.
Le Mineral. Aku pikir semua air mineral itu sama. Le Mineral itu beda, lebih fresh dari yang lain.
Le Mineral memang berbeda, mengandung mineral esensial, dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Segernya. Le Mineral. Dulu aku pikir semua air mineral itu sama. Ternyata ya Le Mineral itu beda.
Di luar panas banget.
Iya, habis minum Le Mineral, rasanya smooth banget.
Nggak enak.
Iya, kayak aroma manisnya.
Le Mineral memang berbeda. Sumber airnya mengandung mineral esensial. Dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Segernya.
Bikin badan lebih enteng.
Pilih sehat, pilih Le Mineral.
Le Mineral beda banget. Lebih smooth, lebih segar.
Le Mineral memang berbeda, mengandung mineral esensial. Dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Bikin badan lebih enteng.
Le Mineral. Aku pikir semua air mineral itu sama. Le Mineral itu beda, lebih fresh dari yang lain.
Le Mineral memang berbeda, mengandung mineral esensial. Dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Segernya. Le Mineral. Dulu aku pikir semua air mineral itu sama. Ternyata ya Le Mineral itu beda.
Di luar panas banget.
Iya, habis minum Le Mineral, rasanya smooth banget.
Nggak enak.
Iya, kayak aroma manisnya.
Le Mineral memang berbeda. Sumber airnya mengandung mineral esensial. Dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Segernya.
Bikin badan lebih enteng.
Pilih sehat, pilih Le Mineral.
Le Mineral beda banget. Lebih smooth, lebih segar.
Le Mineral memang berbeda, mengandung mineral esensial. Dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Bikin badan lebih enteng.
Le Mineral. Aku pikir semua air mineral itu sama. Le Mineral itu beda, lebih fresh dari yang lain.
Le Mineral memang berbeda, mengandung mineral esensial. Dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Segernya. Le Mineral. Dulu aku pikir semua air mineral itu sama. Ternyata ya Le Mineral itu beda.
Di luar panas banget.
Iya, habis minum Le Mineral, rasanya smooth banget.
Nggak enak.
Iya, kayak aroma manisnya.
Le Mineral memang berbeda. Sumber airnya mengandung mineral esensial. Dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Segernya.
Bikin badan lebih enteng.
Pilih sehat, pilih Le Mineral.
Le Mineral beda banget. Lebih smooth, lebih segar.
Le Mineral memang berbeda, mengandung mineral esensial. Dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Bikin badan lebih enteng.
Le Mineral. Aku pikir semua air mineral itu sama. Le Mineral itu beda.
Sebenarnya, pilih sehat.
Oh, formasi.
Once again, what a captivating performance from Gajah Mada Chamber Orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for their performance.
Franklin Galuna. The song was called Manong Dadali, and it was composed by Sambas Mahmudi Karta, who created the modern students song released in 1962 and is telling about Garuda, the national symbol of Indonesia. Excellencies, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, the performance from Gajah Mada Chamber Orchestra marks the end of the opening ceremony of UGM International Forum for Inclusive and Sustainable Development in the Sea Lake region 2022. We would like to thank all of our guests and participants for joining us both here and through the YouTube live as well. We hope that the opening ceremony today will serve as the start of a series of better events in the days to come.
That's been said, we would also like to inform everyone that starting from Tuesday, December 6, 2022, up until December 9, 2022, the second CLAC Academic Dialogue Forum and the Circular Economy Forum will be officially started.
Therefore, to all the participants of the second CLAC Academic Dialogue Forum 2022, we wish you all a very good luck. And to everyone here, you're also very welcome to join our second CLAC Academic Dialogue Forum.
With the key theme of exploring issues and dimensions of South-South and Triangular Cooperation Scheme in Southeast Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean, we will be discussing several issues including first, contemporary political development in responding demands in post-pandemic world, transforming climate movements through education, and last but not least, reconfiguring trajectories of industrial development through digital incorporation.
We would like to also invite everyone here to come to our Circular Economy Forum because there will be no less interesting activities that you can participate in. Right, Belinda?
Certainly, Ali. To give you a brief overview, in the Circular Economy Forum, there will be the Circular Economy Expo, Roundtable Forum on Sustainable Development, Circular Economy and Industrial Transformations, movie screening and discussion.
There will be also the first interactive talk show about connecting school and campus to circular economy adoption. There will be also the second interactive talk show about empowering city through community engagement and industrial circular economy. And there will be circular economy fashion show from KESI, and of course, magnificent live music and intercultural performances.
Of course, the way that event could be successfully held by the help of our beloved partners, which are Common UGM,
PPI Thailand Permita,
International Politics Forum,
PPI Kuba,
180 Degrees UGM,
BMKMFT UGM,
BMKMTK UGM,
Environment Geography Student Association,
and last but not least, Teras Politik.
Wow, such an extravagant series of events that you can miss. We hope for your active participation in the upcoming events as well. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, I believe that it's time for us to say goodbye to everyone here. We would like to express our gratitude for the excellencies that have been attending this opening ceremony, and thank you all for joining us today. We would also like to apologize for any shortages and inconvenience throughout the agenda.
I am Belinda and my partner,
Alif.
Goodbye and see you on the next location.
Le mineral beda banget. Lebih smooth, lebih segar.
Le mineral memang berbeda, mengandung mineral esensial, dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Bikin badan lebih enteng.
Le mineral. Aku pikir semua air mineral itu sama. Le mineral itu beda, lebih fresh dari yang lain.
Le mineral memang berbeda, mengandung mineral esensial, dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Segernya. Le mineral. Dulu aku pikir semua air mineral itu sama. Ternyata ya le mineral itu beda.
Di luar panas banget. Habis minum le mineral, rasanya smooth banget.
Nggak enet.
Iya, kayak aroma manisnya.
Le mineral memang berbeda. Sumber airnya mengandung mineral esensial. Dikemas menggunakan 3 proteksi berlapis.
Segernya.
Bikin badan lebih enteng.
Pilih sehat, pilih le mineral.
Selamat datang di RefX. Pada tahun 2021, lahirlah si kecil bernama RefX. Si kecil ini merupakan sebuah startup dengan konsep holding company yang bergerak di bidang inovasi teknologi.
Sejak lahir, dia sudah memiliki pandangan besar dalam hidupnya. Dia berkomitmen menjadi perusahaan unggul dengan membawa teknologi lebih dekat kepada teman-teman semua demi kehidupan yang lebih baik.
Dia selalu punya cara terbaik untuk mewujudkan pandangan besarnya itu. Dalam setiap langkahnya, dia akan selalu berpikir secara kreatif dan inovatif.
Saat ini, si kecil telah beranjak dewasa dan menjadi orang tua bagi 5 anaknya. Anak pertama diberi nama RefX Medical. Dia mengkombinasikan alat medis dengan teknologi seperti IoT untuk menambah fungsionalitas alat tersebut. Anak kedua diberi nama Real Print. Real Print akan membantumu dalam berbagai hal seperti jasa 3D printing, 3D modeling, dan 3D design. Selanjutnya lahirlah Artera, si anak kreatif yang hobinya fotografi dan videografi. Dia selalu mampu menuangkan maksud dari sebuah ide dengan konten-kontennya yang luar biasa. RefX Event Organizer terlahir tak lama setelah munculnya Artera. Terakhir, ada si bungsu yang sangat gemar bermain game. Dia bernama RefX Esport Team. Keluarga kecil RefX akan terus berkembang dan berinovasi dalam teknologi. Mereka akan sangat terbuka dan bahagia apabila ada anak baru yang ingin bergabung dengan keluarga kecil ini.
Saya mewakili RefX mengajak teman-teman untuk berkolaborasi mewujudkan ide-ide luar biasa demi memajukan bangsa di era persaingan global ini. Selamat datang di RefX. Pada tahun 2021, lahirlah si kecil bernama RefX. Si kecil ini merupakan sebuah startup dengan konsep holding company yang bergerak di bidang inovasi teknologi.
Sejak lahir, dia sudah memiliki pandangan besar dalam hidupnya. Dia berkomitmen menjadi perusahaan unggul dengan membawa teknologi lebih dekat kepada teman-teman semua demi kehidupan yang lebih baik.
Dia selalu punya cara terbaik untuk mewujudkan pandangan besarnya itu. Dalam setiap langkahnya, dia akan
Live udah ya, live ya. Oh ya, habis ini. Enggak makasih. Gimana? Saat ini ya, stopnya tuh. Hah? Live-nya nyetopnya gimana? Wes ini udah kok.